Hey guys, Marissa at kitchentablestamper.com. Today I've got this adorable today's plan, consume coffee because adulting is hard card for you. Now this is a Stampin' Up design and I wanted to share it with you because it's amazing. So to give credit, awesome kudos to Stampin' Up where credit is due, this is actually video 1 of 2 in a 2-video series. This is the Nothing's Better Than bundle class plan from Stampin' Up. Stampin' Up loves to support its demonstrators, and one of the new things that they're doing for the demonstrator base, whether you're working to make a business from your hobby or whether it's your hobby and you're looking for great inspiration to use with the supplies that you've purchased using your discount, Stampin' Up wants to support you. And this class plan is brand new. It's part of the bundle focus materials that Stampin' Up's been providing for customers, and when I saw how cute these were, I used them for my team meeting and wanted to share them with you too because they're just the most adorable card, and it's a good way for me to brag on Stampin' Up a little bit. So let's get started with this card. This is video 1 out of 2. There's a series. We're going to do the cocktails card in the next video. All right, so we're going to start with some Petal Pink cardstock here. It's a card base that is 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4. I've got the Nothing's Better Than bundle here. This bundle focus provides sample ideas and a class plan to demonstrators featuring a new bundle every month. So here's the Nothing's Better Than bundle. It's a photopolymer stamp set, and when you purchase it with the Love You More Than dies, you save 10% on both items. So we're going to start with some Petal Pink ink and Petal Pink cardstock. This is my own little variation. I stamped the background of my cardstock card base using kind of a tone-on-tone look. I thought it just brought everything up another level without complicating things. So I've got the outline of the coffee cup here, and we're just going to stamp that randomly on the background. Since we're doing random stamping, we're going to stamp off the edges, so let's protect our Stampin' Pierce mat. The Stampin' Pierce mat will help you get a more complete, more solid impression when you've got a photopolymer stamp, and it is back in stock. It is not a current catalog item. It's being sold outside the catalog. Stampin' Up was going to retire it, but they heard our pleas not to, because it really does help you get a better image when you're using a photopolymer stamp. So I'm just going to work one coffee cup into the next, kind of on a triangle pattern, you see? So I've got 2 here. I'll rotate it and put 1 here. Kind of makes a triangle. I'll fill in this whole space doing that kind of method of just tilt it and make a triangle from the last 2 that you stamped. It's a good way to kind of randomly but evenly fill in the space. All right, so we've randomly stamped our background, Petal Pink on Petal Pink, and we're going to continue stamping here. I need Memento. There's our black ink, Coastal Cabana, and Daffodil Delight for now. Got a scrap of Whisper White, and we're going to stamp little coffee cup images here. I'm going to do 3 outlines in basic black. And then we're going to fill in using our Coastal Cabana, Petal Pink, and Daffodil Delight cleaning using the Simply Chamois in between. So all you have to do is wipe off on the chamois, make sure that it's clean by stamping off on your grid paper, and then move to the next color. Here's our cute little coffee cups. Set those aside. We're going to die cut them in a minute. Now we've got a scrap of Daffodil Delight here, and this Daffodil Delight piece is 5/8 of an inch wide. And it's just a nice long strip. On one end of the strip, we're going to stamp using Tuxedo Black, Today's Plan, Consume. And then on the other end of the strip, we're going to stamp Because Adulting is Hard, and then we're going to cut them apart. We've got one more little bit of stamping to do in basic gray, but we're gonna hold off on that for just a minute. So let's clear away the ink pads and we'll do some die cutting. All right, I've got my little coffee cup die here and the 3 stamped coffee cups. Let's line this up, run it through. We're gonna cut all 3 cups. That's gonna take 3 passes through the machine. Okay, here's our 3rd cup. We're not quite done die cutting yet. Let me grab a piece of basic black. Here's a little scrap. And we're going to cut the word coffee from that scrap. Now, this awesome mix and matchable greeting set, we've got die cut words, coffee, chocolate, cocktails, cookies, and love you more than. And they're mix and matchable with the stamped greetings. Really cool stamp set. Before we die cut our coffee word, we're gonna grab some of this foam adhesive sheet. This stuff is miracle stuff. We're gonna add our basic black cardstock onto the foam adhesive sheet. I like to, at this point, cut it away from the rest of the sheet here. And then we're gonna go ahead and die cut, and we'll have a dimensional scripty word, die cut and sticky all in one pass. So let's get that guy cut. So go back and forth with it a time or two, and then there's our word. Just leave it on the release paper with the die in for now. I'm going to show you a fun trick for adhering it to your project. Okay, I've prepared 2 layers of cardstock ahead of time here. The Whisper White cardstock is 4 by 3 inches. And the Coastal Cabana cardstock is 4.5 by 3 1/4. So let's go ahead and adhere those to the card. I'm going to use a little Stampin' Seal here. We're going to add the Coastal Cabana one with a little jaunty angle, and then our Whisper White one. Before we go too much further though, we want to stamp the little steam for our coffee cups. So I found that the way to most accurately do that was to kind of dry fit the rest of my pieces. So let's grab our today's plan, Consume, and let's go ahead and cut that one off nice and straight. And then because adulting is hard, we'll trim that one off of our scrap. Make sure you like the look of them, that they don't need any more trimming. I'll lay those out. Then we'll lay out our coffee cups, kind of where we want them to land. Then once we've got those in and enough room for coffee, the word coffee, let's go ahead and stamp the little steam images. So here's our little steam image, and we're gonna do that with basic gray. Kind of line up where I want to stamp it, slide my coffee cup away, and then stamp. Same with the next one, line up where I want the steam and slide away the coffee cup, stamp. It's not exact, it's just about getting it in about the right place. Now we're gonna peel our coffee word off of the backing and leave it in the die. All of this is perfectly good dimensional adhesive. So you're gonna go ahead and cut a little piece out, peel, and trim. And you can stick that to the back of today's plan. Need some for your coffee cups too. Now you can peel and stick on one side, and you'll use a little multi-purpose liquid glue to stick the other side. So a great little tip to teach your stamping friends is to use up the pieces after they do their dimensional die cuts. So we're just adding a bit to all of these pieces, and then we'll get back and assemble. Okay, so all of our little bits have the dimensional adhesive from our coffee word. Now we're gonna go ahead and add multi-purpose liquid glue. And I keep saying you paid for that part, so you might as well use it. It's still good dimensional adhesive. Okay, today's plan, consume. And then because adulting is hard, each of our little coffee cups. And then our coffee word. Are you ready for this? So you're gonna bring in your coffee word, position it where you want it, get it nice and level, and then tack it down. Peel off the die. Now, you didn't stretch it, you didn't stick it to your fingers, you weren't passing it back and forth, trying to get it out of the die and then onto the project. You just lay it right on the project. Now you've got to, at this point, take your pick tool and weed out the centers of the letters. So you'll just pull it right out. See that? Nope. It'll just pluck right out. You'll do that for the F's, the E's, and the O. There it is. Today's plan, consume coffee because adulting is hard. Adulting is hard. That's why Stampin' Up! Comes up with the awesome class plans for you. I hope you enjoyed the card. If you've got any questions about the project, being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, or if there's anything I can do to help you stay crafty, you can email Marisa at kitchentablestamper.com. And to pick up the Nothing's Better Than bundle, you can buzz over to marisaalvarez.stampinup.net. Thanks for watching.